Hi everyone, alongside Mike Trossel, I'm Dave Giancola, and thanks for joining us again for a champion's journey. The only thing more difficult than winning a US Open is repeating the feat the following year. Enter Brooks Koepka, who had yet to re-enter the winner's circle since his victory at Erin Hills in the 2017 championship.
But at Shinnecock Hills, Koepka once again showed us that when the chips are down, he's one of the hardest players in the game to beat. After a slow start to his title defense, a Friday 66 put him right back in the mix, and a Sunday to remember made him the first player to win the US Open in back-to-back years since Curtis Strange in 1989.
Well, let's see how he did it. Here is every televised shot of Koepka's 2018 US Open victory.
Koepka's ready for his tee shot here at number 2.
252, but as you said, they really can land this on the front portion of the screen at 232 and bounce it up.
Hang on, baby. Nice.
Well, Nicole, that ball at one point was maybe 5 feet from the hole, and now it's kind of meandered its way off the back right of the green.
It's going to go to his left and then back right at the end.
It's pretty well done. You know, we get a good look at how far below the level of the green he is. And
You get tired mentally.
Brooks Koepka, the defending champion, saves his par, stays at 1 under. Currently one behind Aaron Badley.
he appeared to cock himself a little bit to the right, get his weight on his right side so that he could elevate his ball. And you see that ball run down the fairway. That ball ran a good 40 yards right in the right center. Nicole, that's a beautiful tee shot. A very nice shot. Brooks Koepka.
Share of the lead.
It's going to fall just an ounce left at the very end.
And we had just a beautiful camera angle there, Nicole, of Brooks Koepka lining up his putter slightly on the toe.
And Brooks stays one back. Now Patrick Reed and Aaron Badley, both 2 under, early in their rounds. This is the line we're looking at right now. 4th hole, Brooks Koepka on the tee. Getting too much.
Hold up!
Oh my.
And that is extremely thick over there. We're looking at a shot right now that shows exactly what you just said, and Brooks not even anywhere near the green, just trying to chop it out. We have to make 4 the hard way here.
CBS 56-degree wedge from 116 yards. He's looking just inside Bubba's golf ball.
That's a wonderful shot. It's almost as good as making a birdie, making a par when you did it in a jump.
At a US Open, definitely.
What a clutch 4 here at the par 4 4th. Taking the right-hand fairway.
This is going to be a 6-iron. Expect for this to be hoisted up in the air a little more than the last 2 ball flights we saw.
Koepka for his par. Now Koepka with driver.
wasn't overjoyed by it. Trying to get a beat on where that ended up.
Yeah, none of us actually saw it up here. Everywhere's pretty firm around this, except the kind of one spot we hit it very soft.
Yeah, his ball was basically a fried egg in that native area, and all he could do was pitch it sideways. He's done a good job of that.
Let's watch Koepka here now with his third.
This is from 154 yards.
Oh, just busted it through the wind, Nicole. That was right over the flag and ended up some 35 feet above the hole.
The hole, it does look like it's pitched back a little uphill, maybe the last foot or so towards the players.
Yeah, you saw him make a stroke that looked like he was tapping one in. Significant break left to right, and it's wandering away. He's going to have to make a pretty significant putt for a bogey. And here we got it.
Made one for par at 4. Missed one for bogey here at 6. Koepka goes from 1 under to 1 over if he can make this putt.
In a blink.
And you don't want to walk to the 7th tee, the second most difficult hole in 2004. That Rodan par 3 having made a 6.
Let's see if he can get the same effect from his, or if he has to try and do something that's uncomfortable. A little flatter flight. Almost hooped it. Hold up now, hold up.
The Elmer's got him there. Not much of that one. Also flirts with the right side and finds the bunker, it looks like, here at number 8. And one of the few greens that does not have much of a runoff area, as Brooks Koepka.
This from 2 yards closer, 131. It's coming in hot as well.
It's going to end up in virtually the same spot as whoever's away is going to give the other guy a good read. It looks like it'll be Brooks.
Left of the hole about 8 feet.
Oh boy. Hang in there. Hang in there. Okay, looks like we'll stay up. It's good.
But he'll take it after seeing where Jason hit his first putt.
That's a good, gritty 4.
Second very nice par save here on this side. Stays 1 over.
15 yards uphill.
Bubba hit a driver. Brooks not hitting his driver. Clear what it looks like.
Oh boy. It hit right into that big mound on the right, Nicole, and didn't bounce very strongly.
This plays 15 yards uphill.
This is the kind of situation where you take the perfect club and swing at it as hard as you can. Elevate the ball and give it some spin, and that was just a beautiful looking shot right at the flag and ended up right behind the hole. This is a right angles putt, isn't it?
He's kind of lucky he had the breeze into it, because that putt is just devastating coming down the hill. And now Koepka for his par.
Really a solid opening 9 for Brooks. I know he made a double back there on number 6, but you know what? Double up number 6. You could see it coming.
Then hit a perfect drive, but ran through the fairway down the hill. So they decided the best place is to leave it back. 250 is the drop off.
This is down the right side and is in danger of missing the fairway. You see it rolling. It rolls into the rough. This is going to be a very, very interesting second shot by Brooks. All right, here we go. Brooks.
When you called this one, this just looks like a hot line right here. This from 182 yards. Wants to really guard against anything long here with it being straight downwind.
That was well done.
Doesn't bode well for our afternoon group, Nicole, if the ball won't hold now.
No, and this is a very awkward putt because it should break from right to left, but you got the wind whipping from left to right.
Well, the wind didn't catch it as much as he thought it would. Koepka drops another.
He shouldn't have any trouble getting this ball to the hole. Having said that, let's not go past it. There you see it, slightly more driving shot. And again, prudence, playing away from that ridge to the left of the hole. He's given himself a 20-footer. That's an excellent shot, all things considered.
Koepka now to bounce back.
Putting into a very strong wind here. I can imagine we've seen that a lot all day, haven't we?
Well, you know, it's impressive. It's impressive, Steve, how quick the downhill downwind putts here at Shinnecock are, and conversely, how sluggish the uphill into the wind putts are here at Shinnecock.
Let the driver go.
Wind's out of the left and maybe helping a little bit, and that ball sailed way right, and it's up against the boundary fence. This is going to be a challenge.
Tom O'Toole with the USGA has joined us as we see Brooks Koepka second.
Wow.
That's a terrific job right there.
Looks like it's going to be Koepka's putt next across the green. Strength, very much a important factor of getting this ball onto the putting surface.
Yeah, he just hammered down on that ball as a crummy lie, and he muscled it out of there, and now he's got a chance to make 3 and certainly get out of this after a poor tee shot with a par. Yeah, cozying it up there nicely. Oh my! And that was a gust. That was winded. You could see that ball left his putter pretty well and veered offline. You saw Bubba's putt come from the other angle towards the right, and I think, you know, the wind is out of. Really a clever setup on this hole too, Steve, because that ball is going to make it into the rough, which is going to present a similar situation to number 10 for Brooks.
This first cut of rough here. See a lot of the back of the ball. This fine fescue makes the ball jump a little. That was just from 110. And that one did not jump whatsoever.
Koepka's third. Stayed grounded on that one. Stays at 3 over.
Aimed well left here.
Ooh. Better settle. gets nasty back there. That's the optimistic Steve Scott. But you got to stay optimistic in this championship, don't you? The 7th double here at 14.
Yeah, that's my head.
And his 2nd double of the day. 3. Now Koepka.
Good job, mate.
That missile.
This from 105, just chipping a little wedge, trying to control the spin and the trajectory.
Brooks is making some very nice swings. That's a very difficult hole location to access. Front of the green, wind left to right.
Right to left hook and putt here.
And he does it. Koepka makes his par. So it feels like he left one there on the 15th, and they move to the 2nd easiest hole on the golf course.
Looking at it like he's not sure, but that's just a lovely shot right there.
Brooks Koepka from the same distance, 302.
Right out your feet.
And that is positioned nicely, some 40 yards. Expect this one to have a little bit of spin on it, coming in lower off this downslope. Brooks coming back up the slope here. Just a hint of left to right break to it.
This 16th is a heartbreaker. In 95, as I mentioned before, Greg Norman in perfect position. Corey Pavin up ahead at 18, hadn't yet putted out.
Rifling this low and under the wind.
This a moment ago was Koepka's shot. Let's see if Koepka can save his par and stay inside the top 40. Oh, nice. Bunch of par saves today, none longer than that one. Some more stylish in terms of the recovery shot, but that putt was a good one there. Couple doubles, couple bogeys, and that birdie at number 1.
Gotta love how quickly Brooks plays his shot.
Great position.
He too will be able to spin this ball.
And it's got to come back some.
We'll hold it up, but it is downhill, so tough to judge the pace.
Gave it a ton of room on the right side and still missed it left.
Left and short. Tough to downhill putts hard enough.
Opening 75 with those 2 bogeys, 2 doubles, and the birdie.
The defending U.S. Open champ at 5 over par. Brooks Koepka, also known as the Buckus Award winner of the PGA Tour.
he's what you call a bruiser.
Do your thing.
Now Brooks Koepka for a par.
Over at 17, this is Brooks Koepka, our defending champion. That's kind of wide. Shots like that at Erin Hills last year. Surprised to most considering the season he's having, and now Koepka after that great tee shot here at the par 3 for birdie to get to +6.
Yep, simple looking stroke there.
Here at the first, and Brooks Koepka. Just a moment ago from 140.
He's got a little bit of that bowed left wrist, shut club face like Dustin Johnson, and boy, another peppered iron shot just like on 17.
The galleries have been big. They continue to grow. The golf has been outstanding, especially for the world #1, Dustin Johnson. Here he is at the par 3 11th. His second hole of the day.
One of the scariest holes on the golf course. Only plays 153 yards. Better hit a great shot here at 11 or you'll pay the heavy price, Joe.
Not just a great shot, but the putt went in to get him to 2 under. And now at 7, the putt of the U.S. Open so far.
This is the second longest putt he's made the entire season, just at 45 feet, and bingo.
Little fist pump. That got him to 3 under. He is 4 under, leading by 4. Defending champion Brooks Koepka for birdie at 3. 4 birdies last 5 holes, so the defending champ getting hot. Go to the 4th, and Brooks Koepka, who has been red hot as of late, for another birdie, our defending champion.
Make it 5 out of 6. Oh, maybe he needs to work out more. What a good try. Right on line.
See that scorecard.
Or his second 9.
Here at 5, third shot for Brooks Koepka.
Well, he had a lot of choices there. He went with the putter. Mickelson did the same thing. Don't think about these big guys, and this is a big guy being great putters, but he and Dustin Johnson both can roll the rock.
Now here at 6, Brooks Koepka for birdie. Koepka 3 under for this round, 2 over for the championship, 6 back.
Well, he's our defending United States Open champion on the tee, Brooks Koepka, who's actually played his way back into this championship. 3 under for the day, 2 over for the week.
And this wouldn't surprise me if this was a 9-iron. Iron. Look at the spin he put on that ball.
Brooks Koepka, long-range bomb here.
Straight downhill, not much movement in it. It's all about the pace.
Can he get it to the hole?
Doesn't look like he's hit it nearly hard enough.
Yeah, we have seen that often. That's
another example.
That's a solid 2-putt. And, you know, to your point, Luke, I think that no one thinks he's more underrated or underachieves than himself. I mean,
Now at the 8th, Brooks Koepka for birdie. This would get him within 5 of the lead.
Well, yeah. Speaking of Mark Ternessa, this was his partner in New Orleans in the team event, and who has putted for birdie from there? But Brooks Koepka, nobody's been that close to a bunker there. And
look at the
4
defending.
under here coming in.
It's prior to Brooks Koepka. Permission to buzz the tower. It's a stripe show right now, isn't it?
that is just mashed.
Third this week in driving distance, probably no surprise.
And he is the hottest player on the golf course. Oh, will it take the slope? Should start to feed, give him a little bit straighter putt. See that index finger down the shaft. Eyes over the ball. Great balance. Let's stay up.
It's been a popular miss. Just a couple of feet straight up the hill for a 66. Matches the low round of the day from Tommy Fleetwood. Pewter. Strong round of golf by the defending champion, and going back to back is now officially on the table.
Now this to shoot 66 for Daniel Berger, and what a day.
From West Palm Beach, Florida, 2017 U.S. Open champion, Brooks Koepka.
I'm going to say it again, his quote, "There's nobody more confident here than me. He can bomb it. He got hot with a putter yesterday. He put together a phenomenal round to get back into this championship of 66 after a 75. The defending champ, and he is right there in it."
Birdied the first hole, each of the first 2 rounds, Joe, Koepka has. Over to number 1, where Koepka hitting his second shot. He birdied this hole each of the first 2 days. Looks like a little pull, maybe. Oh, God, it's a big pull, and that is from 134 yards. A shocking result.
He's really faced with a challenge here in the first. Just pulled his wedge a little bit. Now bunker shot, maybe 15, 10 feet past would be great.
Way heavy. That'll be a challenge just to get 2 putts out of that, assuming he'll putt that. He has work left now. That's going to be for bogey. It's right in the middle of the fairway, 134 yards from the flag. And
Bogey putt now at 1 for Koepka. All right. Got into trouble with that second shot, tugged into the bunker. Not a good bunker shot, ends up with 5. Here is Koepka at 2.
Great shot.
Just a fantastic shot with the wind, the prevailing wind. A 5-iron, 239 uphill.
I like this on the right side of the screen because it just shows you the variety of ways you can hit a putt. Crenshaw saw a different line than, well, there you go, Brooks. Crenshaw always saw the highest amount of break.
Tony Finau is having a great round. This for 66. If it goes in, and it does. 3 over, 7 back. Pick up the defending champion Brooks Koepka at 3 for birdie, and say hello once again to Shane Bacon and Brad Faxon. Not much has happened since you guys left, guys.
Yeah, just a little here, a little there. With Phil Mickelson, Koepka slides one up there close. Just a good indication of how quick these greens are right now, Brad.
Stay left. Stay left.
Oh, boy. That is going to be a tough one there. I think he may have a chance to play that like a bunker shot. And that's his first 3-putt of the week as well. First double bogey, first 3-putt of the week. First time he's been over par during any round.
Well, we just saw a Justin Rose chip in at 3, and DJ putting for double at 2. Be a 3-shot swing there for the last 5 or so minutes.
Yeah, with Justin Rose making it from off the green and Dustin Johnson 3-putting for double.
The lead was 4. The lead is 2.
Go to the 4th. Brooks Koepka has this up the hill for par.
Not much movement there, right up the hill.
Koepka 3 back.
Third shot now for Brooks Koepka at 5. We'll have that for birdie.
Swatted his second ball long and left. Unable to capitalize on all that power here. At 5, only 2 par 5s here at Shinnecock. And I was thinking only one would be reachable, and that would be this one today.
Over at the 7th, Brooks Koepka up the hill for par.
Hard left to right. Oh, and a good putt and good save. Can't get enough pace.
Koepka mentioned a day ago he felt he was the most confident player in the field. He admitted it.
Third shot here for Brooks Koepka at 9. He's hung in there well.
Yeah, he has. That's one of those nasty up the hill, down the hill.
Even for his day, and he'll stay there through 9. Second shot for Koepka at 10.
Koepka way back. And that's a good shot. Will it stay? Surely it'll stay. Okay.
Koepka for birdie and a share of the lead at 10.
It's the same golf course for everyone. That's easier said than done. But these guys are not sharp. But I'm watching Piercy and Dustin, and the whole locations are in such positions, and the wind is making this golf course play so much smaller than ordinarily it has earlier in the week, even with the wind on Thursday.
It is the same. That's why I said that I think that the current language of that rule 14-5 is too friendly, because you can and should be able to go back to rule 1-2, exerting influence on the ball.
We'll head to the 12th. Brooks Koepka tee shot on the way.
Taking driving iron, and God, it's staying in the high fescue. It's a big error for Koepka.
Oh, it's amazing how far this ball is rolling. It's going to go over this green. One of the few greens that doesn't have closely mown way down there. That'll catch the rough. And
here is our leader, Brooks Koepka. This for a par. And now every player at the U.S. Open is over par. Now Brooks Koepka. At 13.
Shortest par 4 on the course, 366 yards and a nice little hop off of that first cut to stay in the fairway.
And the yardage says 121, but it's playing closer to 145. Looking at this flagstick just sitting on top of this hill, it looks like you want to be left of this flag, but it is such a difficult hole location there.
He missed this green day 1 and day 2. Not today. It's not done yet, though. It's not done yet.
Paul, this is what Phil Mickelson was worried about, his putt.
Pretty predictable.
Koepka.
529 yards today. Koepka hits a cannon, and the marshal says right, but it'll kick left off that hill. Yeah, I don't know. The marshal was wrong. It's down the left side.
And whatever the total number is, all he's trying to do is hit it about 150 yards in the air and just bounce it all the way up there, see if it chases.
Here's Koepka now for par at 14.
The winning score was even par back in 1995. Come on, Brooks.
Oh,
what
yeah!
A save. What a save.
Still tied for the lead and tied with Dustin Johnson, his good friend. Came back in April, has shown flashes of brilliance, and now he's tied for the lead here at the U.S. Open.
He's done well since I loaned him my arms.
Yeah. I just got a text from the president of Shinnecock Hills Golf Club. He does a great job here. The membership is just so involved and so proud of this golf club and this golf course. And Brett Pickett told me the course has been and remains totally healthy. The club has no concerns whatsoever. When Shinnecock is fast and the wind blows, it is incredibly hard but fair. We are seeing those conditions today.
7 putts between them here on this tough 15th. Koepka here with his second.
And it is tough, Shane. 15 birdies the first day, 20 yesterday, only 2 today. And no way. What a great shot. And so unlucky.
He'll head to the tee at 15. We'll go up to the green, and Brooks Koepka out of the bunker.
And a little false front he's got to get over. So hard to spin it out of there. That little swing.
It is still moving.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where he is putting from, but yeah, that was a tough green. Yeah, I'm actually very surprised his ball stayed there. You know, I hit a great wedge in there. It was about 10 feet, and and rolled off. And Pat, actually, we watched the two guys in front of us putted off the green, and then Pat Perez and my group putted off the green.
You can see the numbers there, and only the mighty can carry it over the left side of those bunkers there. And club head speed 124 miles an hour. That's as fast as it gets. That's Rory McIlroy, Tiger Woods, and his prime speed stuff right there. Yeah, laying up here with hybrid back into the prevailing breeze. Just got to avoid that bunker. You see both the players. Poulter laid it up into good position. Now a really hard third shot to the deep hole location here on 16 is that back of the green into the wind. Flighted it down, and you know what? It's hard to the mentality to have a birdie putt on a par 5 from this far back and making a 5 and get out of there. It's tough. Most players are thinking, I'm going to get it up there. And pars are good.
And close 35 feet up the hill. It'll break hard to his right, almost 3 feet to the right. He saw Poulter's chip come up, so he should have a good gauge of the speed up this hill.
Needs to settle.
Yeah.
You see that? That ball just moved. That ball just moved. I was in the pressure stroke and it rolled forward. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Well, he talked with his fellow competitor, and he did not cause the ball to move, they determined, and so he just played it from its new position. Had he caused it to move, he would have to replace it. I suspect the USGA is looking at it, and I think that on any situation like that, the player is wise to call in the official to make sure that his view that he didn't cause it to move is agreed to by the USGA.
You do not want to flirt with the left bunker here. Pretty good shot.
Out here at 17, Brooks Koepka for birdie and a share of the lead.
And he saw it go by, so 9 feet back up the hill, a little right to left.
It's only his second 3-putt for the championship right there, and that was a costly one. It may cost him the last group.
And here's Brooks Koepka, defending champion, on the tee at 18.
And that was a 7-iron from 197. Hoisted it way up in the air.
This guy's he leads the field in greens and reg. That might trickle back. And it might not. And that right there, now that putt will be turbocharged. You give that a little tap and it's going to pick up speed, Joe.
But he knows this is going to be really, really fast and just wants to get it rolling and have it stop somewhere near the hole, maybe fall in.
There have been a grand total of 5 birdies at 18 today.
Easy, easy, easy. Yesterday when the wind quit, Koepka made a huge move on the field. Birdied 4 out of 5 holes. Can he bury this one? Oh, that's confident putt, Joe.
Well, he had 3-putted 17 and a nice par cleanup there. A round of 2 over, 3 over for the championship. Currently tied for second.
And a 72 for the defending champion Brooks Koepka. Can you give us your assessment on round 3 for you personally?
Yeah, I played very well. You know, I felt like the speed of the greens were a lot quicker on the putting green. Going out today, you knew it was going to be fast. You knew it was going to be firm. But, you know, this wind's making it very difficult, and the scores kind of reflect that today.
And what's it like, you know, being back here as defending champion with all those fresh memories? You know, is it a good feeling? Are the memories really fresh with you and Ricky, your caddy?
Yeah, no, they're very fresh. To be honest with you, it feels like it was just the other day. You know, it's something I haven't forgotten. You know, every time in my house when I go by, I'm passing the trophy. I think of it, and you know, it's a good feeling to be back and just be back defending.
And a very similar position going into the final round tomorrow. Can you do and get the same result, perhaps?
I hope so. I hope these greens are, you know, good enough to play tomorrow. They're very borderline right now, to be honest with you. But you know, hopefully they put some water on these things, soak them a little bit tonight, and we can get back out tomorrow and have some good greens.
It's been a windy day, but a very good result. The very best of luck in the final round, Brooks.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, back to you.
A 2-putt. He shoots 76. And he will have a 1-shot lead. He makes this, he'll lead by 2.
Just no stopping it. Well, that's a boatload of putts for Dustin Johnson.
Oh, wait.
It's his 3rd 3-putt of the round. Paul Lowry came from 10 shots back one year to win the British Open on the last day.
Dustin Johnson and his friend Brooks Koepka will be paired together tomorrow on Sunday, but it won't be in the final pairing.
From West Palm Beach, Florida, our 2017 U.S. Open champion, Brooks Koepka.
He has gone birdie, birdie, bogey at this opening hole, and trying to repeat, trying to become the 7th to do so, winning back-to-back U.S. Open championships.
Wind out of the left.
He had a poor shot here yesterday, Curtis, but not today. Right dead at it.
Here's Koepka now at 2.
Let's go!
What a good shot here. Another good look at birdie for Koepka. He missed his opportunity at 1. He birdied this hole yesterday. Tommy Fleetwood, every time we look, putting for birdie. Here he is at 12. What a round. 2 back. And 4 under for the day. All alone at the top. Koepka at 3.
I can't see exactly, but I don't think that was a driver.
Curtis, he went with a long iron.
He has a driving iron, and there's not a number on the back of it, so you assume it's a 1 or 1.5.
He nuked it, and it's just rolling a country mile.
Tommy Fleetwood's second shot. Four under for the day.
Watch out for this guy now. He can get out here and post a score. The wind's forecast to come up.
Pretty simple here. A straight down wind, a little uphill.
This might go in. How about that? It is a completely different Shinnecock Hills right now.
Another birdie putt for Tommy Fleetwood. 13. Five under for the day. 2 shots off the lead at the U.S. Open.
No doubt about that one. Our defending champion now too clear of Dustin Johnson as he just cruises along here early in this final round.
Hugging that left side. You see the tracer.
Yeah, Brad, first hole back into the breeze. This 186, big clump of grass right behind this ball. Has to get really steep.
Muscled that one out of there. And we're talking about strength. He missed a big part of this season with a left wrist injury, and Zinger, he still went right at that.
Talk about unreal. Fleetwood now for birdie at 14. Another.
Well, he left it in a great spot. If you're going to come up short or miss this green, that's the spot.
6 under, 2 off the lead.
Yeah, Paul back over at 4. Koepka with his third.
It's not the toughest. The slope in front is not that steep.
Yeah, great touch there for Koepka. Just about 45 or 46 feet from the fringe.
Here's Koepka at the par 5 fifth.
So important to put it in this fairway to take advantage of this. Really one of the few birdie holes in this golf course.
That's a great shot, Curtis. Easy. Oh, that'll be all right. He'll have no trouble reaching from there.
Go back to 15, and Fleetwood, this for birdie, this to get within 1 of the lead.
Well, he's made 4 threes in a row, 3 birdies in a row.
He's going to do it again. He did it again. Fleetwood a shot back. Biggest comeback in U.S. Open history over the final day is 7. Fleetwood 6 back to start, 1 shot back now.
That's from 239, straight down wind. Has to land it short of the green.
Which he did. Kicks up and on. Here is a live look at the eagle putt for our leader, Brooks Koepka, at 5. He'll have that tap for birdie to get back to level par for the championship.
Now Koepka, this would be a heck of a birdie after driving it into that left-hand rough, showing no favoritism, just total disregard for his left wrist injury.
Even for the week. And leading by 2. Koepka now on the tee at 6.
This going well to the right.
This is an important tee shot to put in the fairway, Curtis. He's going to be over in that sugar sand. It looks like a clean lie.
Here is Matt Parziale at 18. If he makes it for birdie, he's the low amateur. He will share that honor with Louis Gagne.
That's great. That is absolutely great. He deserves it. They both do.
Firefighter in Brockton, Mass. Former professional, regained his amateur status, and here he is. 16 over par. Will Grimmer, who showed so well, made the cut.
Well, Koepka very lucky. He missed the tall fescue to the right. He has a perfect lie from 211. Breeze gently out of his left. Flag stick all the way back left.
I don't know if I wouldn't have putted that, but
here he is at 6. You've got Patrick Reed trying to win the Masters and the U.S. Open in the same year, and you've got Tommy Fleetwood shooting for a 63 or maybe a 62. And this will be for Patrick, rather for Brooks Koepka, a tap-in bogey.
Well, he didn't play a lot of good shots on that hole. He strung a couple poor ones together.
He drives the ball down much more than DJ. This is a bullet.
And a beauty. That's a seed. You saw the apex at 100 feet. Now he's got 5 feet for birdie.
Well, a chance for history here today for Tommy Fleetwood. He's 7 under par. A par here at the 18th hole. Give him the 6th 63 in U.S. Open history. A birdie, the first 62 in U.S. Open history, and only the second one in major championship play.
Oh, come on. Get that.
Oh, what a shot.
We'll head to 7 quickly. Koepka for birdie in the outright lead.
And the first error for Koepka. And that one gets to go. And tell you what, that's a confident Brooks Koepka on the greens too. Speed he tried to hit that putt in with, and amount of time he took to hit the next one.
The last 3 U.S. Opens here at Shinnecock Hills, no one has ever shot below 65.
Well, that's going down. Well, the last 3 putts were kind of weak compared to what he did the first 15 holes go. That was always to the right. What a miraculous score. What a player.
And the 6th 63 in U.S. Open play.
Go to the 8th, and Brooks Koepka's 2nd.
From 142 back into just a gentle breeze. The breeze has really not picked up like we thought it would today.
Another iron shot almost hitting the flagstick. Just falls away.
That bounce so bad. That bounce so bad.
Now Koepka back at 9.
Drink paint!
Perfect.
The place you can't come up is a little bit short of this flag high. It will come all the way off the front of the green.
You know,
Two good shots.
Go ahead, Curtis. You know, while you watch these shots in here at 9.
Let's back up the slope a little bit. Speed not an issue. Unless you don't hit it hard enough.
Well, it's understandable. It creeps back up that hill right there at the last second. And that one won't quite crest the hill.
Well, he continues to hit good shot after good shot.
Oh, that's better than good, Curtis. If you miss this green today, you're going to be 30 to 40 yards from the hole.
By 2.
That's a strong effort right there. Back there where Patrick Reed just hit it, and worse, right into the thick garbage.
Got to make sure it has speed.
Green is right against him.
Yeah, that's.
You heard him mention it, Brad. He said just play it to the bunker, and that's a good indication of what a break Patrick Reed got by rattling the flagstick.
Yeah. Pretty good shot. Such an uphill lie. A lot of sand in that bunker. Hard to get it all the way there. Now that putt for Koepka for bogey.
Koepka, this is critical here.
What a putt by Brooks Koepka.
It's like a man on a mission, Fax.
What a 4 there. See that driving iron, how closed that face is. Both these players play with kind of a bowed left wrist, closed face. Will he get the kick? No. That's back there, too. Way short of where Reed's was.
Took a big bounce off a downslope.
Really unlucky there, Curtis. You're right. It hit right on a downslope. Oh, what a nice play by Koepka.
It's better than that. It's a great play, Brad.
Oh, that looks like awful grass there, Curtis. Koepka defying logic here with some of these up and downs he's making. Nobody's gotten up and down from over this green today.
Now Brooks Koepka on the tee at 13.
Just exploiting that driving iron, Joe, and that's a terrific shot right there.
He's gone par, bogey, par through the first 3 rounds, in good position here on Sunday.
Koepka went on and hit as the ball continues to move.
Yeah, he's hit it pin high all day today, and there's another beautiful shot. Way out to the right and way too hard. Goodness.
Well, this has been the hardest hole this week. Curtis, who would you rather be, the guy on the course or the guy in the clubhouse?
Well, the guy in the clubhouse has no control whatsoever. This guy, it's his week. If he can get it in the fairway a couple more times today. Now remember, he did this last year. He knows what it's like coming down the stretch. So important.
And into the heavy fescue down the right side. Here's Koepka.
Well, we took about 3 minutes to even find his ball. It's not a very good lie.
For a guy with a left wrist injury, Curtis, he's just swinging away with reckless abandon.
Well, it is the U.S. Open, his national championship.
Yeah, he just told me
everybody on the planet would do the same thing.
He's fully recovered, I feel, and he's going to have his work cut out for him there to skip that in close. He'll likely have to one hop that just short of the green. Let's see what he decides here.
Coming in low.
Yeah, I like that decision. A beautiful one hopper off the collar there. And another clutch putt for Koepka. He just keeps doing it.
Up and down again, this time from 67 yards away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, even I can see from 100 yards. This is an iron, and I'm not sure it's even his driving iron. Only 240 to the crest, and then it'll run out another 30 yards.
You're right, Curtis. It's not that big driving iron he hits. Didn't take any time to hit this. Just said hit it at that cart. Let the wind take it, he said. Oh, yeah. Hits that down slope. Gets an extra 40 yards there. Way down. Adrenaline's got to be pumping after that save. That's the first approach we've seen a hit in a while. It's out to the right. See the wind blowing that thing. He had to hook it into the wind there a little bit. Not too bad. He could take a mulligan there on his approach. It's been the best today. And approach shots from the fairway.
Good solid par save. Good two-putt there for Brooks Koepka. One clear of Fleetwood, now two clear of Dustin Johnson and Patrick Reed.
See that track man in the background. This will give us some numbers here on Koepka's ball flight. Speed 173. I got you, Dustin. I got you by 2 shots. I got you by 2 yards.
Just put it in the fairway here.
Likes it.
Again, the lower he hits it, the more control we have.
About that. Boy, another one of those approach shots. Just awesome. He had the courage to fly it all the way back there. Can't believe last week he said he was hitting it so bad. Not hitting it bad today.
And Brooks Koepka takes a big step toward back-to-back U.S. Open championships. He's already at 16. Playing tough. 18 playing the toughest out here today. Here's Koepka now, our leader, by 2.
Paul, you're so right. A dangerous shot here. 171 is his number. That carries the left bunker. This is a non-iron.
Shirt too tight.
Nice. What a shot for Koepka. Settle. Yeah, that's championship stuff right there. Well, that's pretty easy. Would have been easier had it gone in. And Joe, not to be negative or anything, there's only been 5 birdies on 18. There's been 4 double bogeys. I can assure you that if you miss this fairway, you're not going to hit the 18th green in regulation. This is a critical tee shot with a 2-shot lead for Brooks Koepka coming up.
Finau's still out there.
Ooh, he sneaks that in the side door. And Finau has to birdie these last two holes and hope Brooks Koepka bogeys the last.
Fairway for Koepka.
Beautiful tee shot.
What pressure.
Oh, no. Look out, left bunker.
Left!
Oh, and a great break off the grandstands. It's not engraved that trophy just yet, Joe.
Big putt here for Finau. This for birdie. And burns the edge.
Very nicely done.
Well, I'll say, what a shot.
Fantastic shot.
But a good putt to leave it right next to the hole.
It's all he needed. Finau's in the rough. He can't reach the green.
And what a finish by Brooks Koepka. A hug for Ricky Elliott.
You know, Joe, it's like a me against me when you show up at these championships. And he claimed he was the most confident player coming in, so the me against me part, he got that. Then it's me against the course. He and his caddy had a terrific strategy. They picked this place apart. And then you can only control the controllables, Joe. Me against the field. You can't control what anybody's doing but you. Brooks Koepka. Back-to-back United States Opens. Phenomenal.
The very front maybe just off, and Ken, this has got to go in.
Whoa, sit down.
He couldn't have reached this green with a howitzer from that lie. That's Berger's ball there, rolling back off the green, settling into that spot. So it's over.
And Brooks Koepka is the U.S. Open champion back-to-back years. The 118th United States Open champion.
Since 1895, gold medals have been presented to all USGA champions. For the U.S. Open, we give special recognition to 8-time USGA champion Jack Nicklaus. And now, with a score of 281, it's our distinct honor to present the Jack Nicklaus Medal and this magnificent trophy to the 118th United States Open champion, Brooks Koepka.
Man, it feels good to hold that thing again. First off, I just want to thank the USGA for holding an incredible tournament. Year in, year out, they do a great job. and just want to thank you guys very much. To everyone at Shinnecock, this golf course, for opening it up to us, allowing us to play it in some of the toughest conditions. I just want to thank everyone that allowed that possible, and thank Shinnecock and the superintendent for getting this golf course, and everybody that helped with the golf course setup. And it really was testing this week, to be honest with you. And then the fans, thank you guys for coming out. You guys were incredible. You guys were loud. I loved it. And it was fun, and hope to see you guys back here. And I think, was it 8 years, maybe? 8, 10, whatever it is. Hopefully see you guys back here. Thank you, guys.
Brooks, hold the trophy. Hold the trophy. It doesn't get old, does it?
No, it doesn't. Not at all. It feels so good to have this thing back in my hands.
Do you know how special this is, back-to-back, last year and today?
I don't, to be honest with you. It hasn't sunk in yet. This is incredible. You know, I don't think I could have dreamed of this going back-to-back. It's truly special, and I'm so honored.
Let's go back to Friday midday. You were 7 over par at one time. How do you turn it around? What do you say to yourself?
Just keep going. I always felt like I had a chance. You know, you make a couple birdies and you make up a lot of ground. So I felt like I was never out of it. I was hitting it well, putting it well, and just needed to keep grinding. You know, I knew the conditions were going to ease up a little bit, and they did, and just took advantage of it.
You look like today, starting out, I was with you all day long. You were hitting shot after shot, flag hunting, it looked like. The rhythm and tempo looked under the utmost pressure starting today. You looked spot on.
Yeah, you know, especially to get off the start the way I did. You know, did a good shot on one, right in there to about 8 feet.
How important is that, hitting a good shot on one?
Very important. I can't tell you how nice it feels when you just get one off the tee and it's in the fairway, and then hit one to 8 feet on one. You know, unfortunately missed it, but gets the rhythm. You feel good, and kind of leads to the rest of the round.
The key to the round to me watching is not so much making the birdies, it's saving the pars. But you made a great save at 11 for bogey.
Yeah,
there is a good bogey out there, isn't there?
Yeah, that was. I would have taken 5, to be honest with you, from where we were. Just hit a poor shot, just pulled it, and you can't do that there. And you know, made an incredible 4. To be honest with you, it was something I didn't even think I could do from where I was. I was dead.
Well, speaking of incredible 4s, the next hole on 12, great up and down from over the green. And then at 14, what a par that was.
Yeah, those were both incredible par saves. I thought, you know, the lie on 14, I thought I was in some serious trouble there. We weren't even sure if the ball was even going to come out. Just give it a big hack out and see where it goes. But, you know, to make those 8, 10-foot par saves, sometimes they're so much better than making birdie out here.
Tell our viewers what it feels like coming up the last hole with a 2-shot lead.
It's nice. I'm not going to lie. It is nice.
It's stressful too, though, isn't it?
Yeah, you got that little bit of cushion. But, you know, to be honest, we knew left was okay. You know, the lie was a little bit below my feet, and obviously it's not the shot you want to hit in. But, you know, when you have 13 feet and you're just trying to lag it down there, it's tougher than it looks, I got to be honest with you.
Congratulations. Enjoy. Ladies and gentlemen, last year's and this year's U.S. Open champion, Brooks Koepka.